Today, I'm testing 10 heavy-duty monitor arms with the ultimate challenge, the Odyssey G9. This 49-inch monster weighs over 30 pounds. So when I say these arms need to hold up, I mean that literally. We'll see some sleek designs and also some industrial-looking eyesores. Let's find out which ones are actually worth your money. We'll start with one of the more affordable options, the Huano Basic HD, priced at just $59.99. And honestly, it punches way above its weight. It comes in a warm gray matte finish that looks and feels more premium than you'd expect at this price. The design is minimalist with a small, non-intrusive base, great for saving a little desk space. The mounting system supports both grommet and clamp mount installs and includes 3 height slots to accommodate for different desktop thicknesses. Attaching the monitor was incredibly simple. Cable management is split between a snap-in cover on the bottom arm and a screw-in channel on the top. I much prefer when arms use clip-in covers over the screws, but it's not a big knock on the product. As you'll see through the video, a lot of these arms use the screws. Once it was set up, I had zero issues adjusting the G9 in any direction. The tension adjustments are easy to use and it's smooth to tune. At full height extension, the bottom of the 49-inch monitor set 10.25 inches off the desk. For a budget mount, this one over-delivers. Overwhelmed by monitor arm choices, our guide breaks down the top-rated options so you don't have to. Download link is waiting in the description. The Huano Premium HD retails for $140, but there's often a $50 coupon floating around. This brings it to close to $90. It has the same matte finish and warm gray color as the Basic. The general design is familiar here, but there are some key differences. The base is larger and rounder, but not necessarily better structurally. I'll save some time here and just say that all the monitor arms on this list have that clamp and grommet mount option. You still get 3 height slots on the clamp to accommodate for different desktop thickness. But the system is less sophisticated. It requires you to line up 2 separate pieces instead of 1. An unfortunate detail here is the inclusion of translucent side panels. These are clearly intended for their option that includes RGB lighting, but this is not the RGB unit, so they serve no functional purpose. The monitor plate includes a locking feature when it attaches to the arm. This adds a little peace of mind during adjustments. Cable management uses snap-in covers on each of the arms. Movement is smooth and tension is easy to adjust, so the G9 floated with no problem. This arm got the monitor 11.5 inches off the desk. The North Bayou Ergonomics sells for around $114, which goes down to $57 with frequently available 50% off coupon. And it's essentially a Huano premium arm with different branding. It's the same height, same reach, same 40-pound capacity. The desk mount and clamp are identical. The cable routing and all mechanisms are also the same. The only difference here is cosmetic. So you'll see different stickers and color options for the cable covers. Stability and movement were also on par with the Huano Premium, so between the two, I would just go with whichever one's cheaper, unless I guess if that color scheme really matters to you. The bottom of the G9 sat again at that 11.5 inch mark. Let's change it up a bit. This next one isn't a standard single arm setup. The Aries Wing Dual is a dual arm design that can still handle that 49-inch ultra wide with no issue. And I know a lot of people are moving towards those vertically stacked monitor setups, and this handles that perfectly. It supports a range of configurations including side-by-side or stacked setups with large monitors. Getting 2 monitors perfectly aligned can be tedious, but it's worth the effort. You get 2 articulating arms attached to a tall central pole, making it super adjustable. With USB-A and USB-C ports in the compact base, you can charge your devices from the top of your desktop. Cable covers snap in easily and a rear clip manages slack cleanly. They have a nice matte finish available in both black or white. I'm also happy to see that the bolts and hardware match the arm color for a nice consistent look. The height to the bottom of the top-mounted G9 was 18 inches. So far, this is the tallest of the bunch. The Human Scale M8.1 is one of the sleekest arms in the group and one of my personal favorites. This is actually the arm we've been using to hold our G9 since we bought it. There's 3 different color options which all look very nice. It uses a large base with a removable plastic cover that hides the clamp bolts. This is the only arm on the list that lets you restrict the swivel motion to 180 degrees. A nice touch if your desk is up against a wall. Like the other high-end arms, this one hides all the adjustment screws, giving it the more minimalist look. You also get a tool-free removal for the monitor plate via a release button. Rather than the set screw method method that most monitor arms use. Human Scale hides a button that lets you detach the top arm. Cable management includes a recessed channel on the top arm and a discrete snap-on lower cover. As one of the more premium options, it does come at a high cost. The G9 was perfectly supported with a bottom edge sitting at 9.5 inches. It's easy to see right away that this one's a different kind of design. The monoprice arm has a tall post at the base instead of dual arms, and that alone makes it stand out. If you need to go super tall with your monitor, this is one to consider. The monoprice arm is 93/20 and it's built to be tough. Just don't expect elegance. The finish is shiny and it attracts fingerprints easily. You'll also be able to see big exposed bolts, especially around the massive base and long arm. The clamp attaches via dual Allen screws and includes 2 different mounting depths depending on how thick your desk is. The monitor plate installation is kind of awkward. It uses a push tab design that's less intuitive than other arms. Cable routing is handled by screw-in covers, which feel more tedious and industrial. All that said, the G9 was stable even with the monitor sitting up a towering 17 inches off the desk. The Vivo Premium sells for $100 or $120 for the tall version. Like the monoprice, it has a shiny finish that's prone to chipping and fingerprints. The clamp includes 3 mounting depths and uses an Allen wrench to tighten. Cable management is split between a top screw-on clear cover, which looks really gaudy in my opinion, and then it has a standard lower cover. The monitor plate uses that same tab release design as monoprice, which isn't very user-friendly. Getting it adjusted to my exact position took more effort than average, and even when set, I noticed a little more monitor shake than expected. The bottom of the G9 sat at 14.5 inches above my desk. The AVLT arm costs $180. It includes both USB-A, USB-C, and even 2 audio aux cords. It comes in white or black and has a shiny finish. I found that fingerprints were pretty well hidden on the white version. The clamp offers 3 mounting depths with a plate that you set on top of the bolts to be tightened with an Allen key. It's not the easiest way of doing things. Cable routing uses screw-in black covers on both arms. All these cords coming off the monitor arms, there's a lot of cable management to do. Mounting the arm is a bit awkward because the entire top arm needs to first be attached to the monitor, making it heavy and difficult to balance during setup. The G9 sat 15.25 inches high. This probably won't come as a shock to you, but it's my least favorite arm overall if it stays at this price point. Going from worst to one of the best, the Ergotron HX drops in at about $350, and it's the most polished experience from start to finish. The matte finish, white base, and arms have a subtle gray accents that gives it a nice refined design. The clamp uses a toolless dual bolt system and offers 3 height adjustments to accommodate for the different desktop thicknesses. Every part of the arm is modular and removable, making installation clean and simple. Cable management is solid on the bottom, but it has screwed-in Velcro straps for the top arm. This feels like kind of a cheap solution, so I'd recommend using a white Alex Tech sleeve to run cables up through the arm. Once installed, this arm is rock solid. Tension adjustments were precise, and the G9 floated perfectly at 10.25 inches off the desk. This is the one I know a lot of you have been waiting for, the Secretlab Magnus HD. It costs $350, and from unboxing to final setup, it just screams premium. The packaging is pristine and includes all the tools required, and that amount of tools is more than your typical arm. The finish is a mix of matte and gloss black, with red accents and a subtle Secretlab logo on the base. The clamp uses a bolt-down method that pinches it firmly to the desk and feels extremely secure. The monitor plate uses a lock for even more security. It's very stable, but the oversized plate adds even more weight and bulk. If you know Secretlab, you'll know that they love to use magnets, and they put them here with their magnetic channels that snap on and off easily. It's clean, fast, and fun to use, but I'm not sold that the magnets are strong enough. It was a bit awkward to reposition the monitor using the built-in handles, so for me, grabbing the monitor directly felt easier. It supports the 49-inch G9 effortlessly, with the monitor bottom height being 9.5 inches. To wrap it up, the best budget pick would be the Huano Basic HD. It's easy to install, solid performance, and unbeatable price. If you need that dual monitor support, the Aries Wing Dual offers the most layout options by far. Now, if you're looking for refinement, I'd look at the Human Scale M8 and the Ergotron HX. Still need help deciding? Remember, our free monitor arm guide is linked down in the description.